Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with our F1 fantasy review from the US Grand Prix. And of course, last time around at Turkey, we took a bit of a gamble. We decided to change up our roster once again as we head in towards the final races of the year. And unfortunately, didn't quite pay off at the US Grand Prix this weekend. There you can see my main team had two minus scores, which was worse than any of my other teams managed to this week. In fact, our Team 3, which was like our risky lottery, sometimes could do brilliantly, a lot of the time just woefully team, pretty much scored as much as our first team there. And even then, we were carried by Charles Leclerc having a really good weekend and Hamilton also picking up a lot of points as well as Ferrari there. So some of it, there was definitely some strong points from the weekend. But yeah, certainly next time around, Gasly and Ocon, they need to finish races if we want to score points with them as well. Though we'll quickly have a bit of a recap, though, of our other two teams. Like I say in all of these videos, though, if you are new around here, make sure you get yourself subscribed. If you want my full thoughts and feelings from the US Grand Prix, Jamie and I will, of course, be back tomorrow with the podcast as well there. But yeah, our meme team scored 38 points, actually, which is by far and away the best they've done this year, because all of our drivers scored positives, and I think all of them as well made it to the end of the race there. Giovinazzi and Tsunoda actually had pretty decent weekends as well, which was good, but bad for this meme team as well there. Of course, this team, the aim is to score as few points as we possibly can there. Who would have thought we would have been better off putting in Pierre Gasly and, of course, Esteban Ocon rather than Giovinazzi and Tsunoda there? Who would have thought we would have been better off taking out Mazepin and Schumacher and putting Gasly and Ocon in the meme team as well there. 38 points for them is pretty much all the points we've scored this year from the meme team there. And like I said, obviously our lottery team as well, Perez and Bottas. I've no idea how Bottas scored 35 points at the end of the Grand Prix there. Perez, though, definitely deserves a good score. Vettel as well, basically overtook cars he should have been ahead of. Not too sure how he's done that well there. And then obviously Pierre Gasly as our turbo was a big rip this weekend ahead of Latifi. But Ferrari are good now, and I think, to be honest, keeping Leclerc and Ferrari into the end of the year is probably going to be the way to go. Since the engine upgrade, they seem to be really, really strong against McLaren. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see what happens at Mexico in a couple of weeks' time. I'd completely forgot there was a break week as well before Mexico. I don't know if that's the same as anyone else, but I was quite shocked to find we've got a break week now and then 3 races in a row straight after. So, not too sure what that is all about. But yeah, our dream team, Hamilton, Leclerc did really, really well, picked up some good points for us. Of course, Kimi bottled it late on, could have done a lot better for us as well there. And yeah, Gasly and Ocon was a bigger rip there. Ferrari, though, came in clutch, 33 points as well for the team. Is pretty good going as we head into the final few races of the year there, though. In terms, though, of the league, 426 members now. We're still just inside the top 200 there in 192nd place. But having a look then at the results from the US Grand Prix, it was actually Marcel who finished top there on 288 points. Mega Driver Bottas, not too sure what you were thinking there, but it hasn't gone too badly for you this weekend. Like I said, Bottas scored far more points than I think he deserved this weekend. There, Turbo, Norris, Verstappen, Schumacher, Russell, and Red Bull there. You've got 4 really big hitters there. Obviously, Russell and Schumacher, not particularly great, but even they had a decent weekend in the end there. Ali in P2 on 279 there. Megan Verstappen, Turbo Sainz, that's more like it. And then Russell with Gasly as the rip, and Red Bull as well as Lando Norris there. Mark in P3. Again, Turbo Perez, Mega Driver Hamilton. So that's 200 points near enough just between those two alone there. And then Norris, Tsunoda, Russell and McLaren as well. They could have done slightly better, but that's a pretty good team from him this week there. Rob in P4. That was still one of the best names in the league as well there. Norris, Perez is his Mega Driver there. Why you'd Mega Driver Perez over Verstappen, I'm not too sure about, but I guess it's worked there, as you've got both McLarens and both Red Bulls, as well as George Russell there. That is rather impressive at this stage of the year there. Cooper in P5 ahead of Rollin as well there, and Daniel was actually the best of the non-Mega drivers this weekend there. Turbo Perez as well, best person to turbo this week. Verstappen, Norris, Sainz, Russell, and Red Bull as well there. You can see Isaac as well tied with him with basically the same roster as well there. Further down the order, we got Mansell's Mustache in P10. Where did we finish this week? Not particularly well there. Mark as well down in P21. We're using his Mega Driver on Hamilton. Definitely was, I think everyone, including myself, thought Hamilton would do a bit better this weekend. You know, the old King of Kota once again there. Not really been particularly good at Kota since they've gone to the sort of high downforce cars as well there. Further down the order though, where did we finish at the end of the week? It was not good for any of our teams there. We were 392nd. Oh dearie me. 392nd, 398, 423rd. As well, they're out of 426 teams at the end of the week there. That was rather an L for ourselves there. So the gamble didn't quite pay off this weekend, but I feel like it's got a lot of potential down the line there. Like I said, I think Charles Leclerc is going to be strong between now and the end of the year there. Gasly and Ocon should score points again next time out. Then maybe Kimi in the Alfa Romeo can do rather well as well there. But overall then in the league, having a look at the results, we are, again, obviously 416, 425th at 426. And, of course, our top team still sat at 192nd there. Half a point behind Jake as well at this stage of the game. And, of course, we're more interested to see who's at the top. And it's actually Mansell's Mustache. Top there on 3,385.5 points there. A long, long way ahead of the rest of the field there. Have you just joined the league or something? Because you are smashing it, Max. That is insane. From him there. Obviously, we just went over his roster as well there. Bottas, Norris, Russell, Perez, Leclerc, and Red Bull there. And you can see, yeah, 170.5 points ahead of anyone else at this stage of the year there. 9 deep in P2 ahead of Cancun still, with Daniel in P4. Still with a Mega Driver, though, left to use for Daniel. So maybe he could sort of sneak away a podium at the end of this one there. But he has got Ariman still just 3.5 points behind him at this stage of the day there. Noah in P6 ahead of Marcel there. Both still have used their last of their Mega Drivers there. And then Isaac, Jake, and Jan still rounding out your top 10 at the moment there, with Mega Drivers still yet to use. So it is all still to play for at this stage of the game. And I mean, if you nail a Mega Driver, it's worth about 80 bonus points if you get it spot on. So I think, yeah, we could be looking at Daniel and Araman still battling their way back up into the podium places with just a few races to go of the year then. Though, having a look towards the future, though, is it worth trying to change up our roster as we head to Mexico? It's always been a strong track for Red Bull, and I don't think that's set to change this weekend there. I think we've got to put Verstappen back in the team there this weekend. To be honest, no, we haven't got a Mega Driver left to use, do we? Do we have a Mega Driver still left to use? I'm not sure we do. I don't really think changing... Well, I mean, we've got 7.4 in the budget, so we could put someone a lot better than Kimi into the team. Obviously, we already got Leclerc. Do I want to go Ricciardo? No, I'm gonna put all my eggs in the Ferrari basket at this stage of the year there and go with Sainz as well there. So we're going to save that ready for the weekend. Now, have I got a Mega Driver left between now and the end of the year? Or did I use... I think I used Verstappen at the Dutch Grand Prix there. So I was going to Mega Driver him this weekend, but I think Verstappen is going to be the way forward. I think Red Bull are going to be very, very strong there. Actually, can I change out? How much is Perez at this stage of the year? 18.4 mil. Is it worth... Because Alpine have not been good over the last couple of weekends there. Is it worth putting Perez in as our turbo? I'm going to turbo Perez this weekend there. And then we've got 5.5 mil. We can put Mazepin in the roster. I mean, he's not going to score us anything, but are we going to go all out Ferrari Red Bull this weekend there? I think we're gonna take the risk. We're gonna do it. Ferrari have looked strong with, like we said, with the new power unit upgrades. Maybe they'll struggle a bit more at this weekend there. But yeah, Verstappen, Perez as our turbo, Ferrari, Sainz, Leclerc, and Nikita Mazepin. We're playing risky in the final few races of the year here. I want some big point tools as well in the final few rounds of the year. But thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know down in the comments below how, of course, you guys got on as well in the US Grand Prix last weekend. Of course, we've got a break week now again before we head to Mexico for round 18, round 17 of the year. We've only got 5 races to go, of course, including the Mexican Grand Prix next weekend there. But yeah, we've taken some more gambles at this stage of the day. I'm actually going to quickly as well change up this roster as well there. I've got a Mega Driver to use. I'm going to go Perez. Do I turbo and Mega Driver Perez? No, we can't do both this weekend. So I'm going to leave Gasly as my turbo for the weekend there. But yeah, that is us all sorted though, ready for the Mexican Grand Prix. Thank you all so much for watching this video as well. And yeah, we'll be back very, very soon with more F1 Fantasy. None of these videos would be possible without the help of our channel supporters. So a massive thank you to the Travesty, Patrick, Chuan, David, Ben, Aidan, Estasios, Cato, Sean, Yoni, McBlam, Mighty Spork, Taziuf, and William for becoming channel members. If you want to join them and be featured in all of these videos, you can click the join button down below.